One of the most common questions that most of the Buddhist people ask from Buddhist monks is that they ask, I did this action, is it a sin? And they say like, if I did this action, if I do this, will it be a sin? So it turns out that sin is a big concern. People have a big concern about sin. So from today's video, we're going to be discussing about the perspective of sin according to Buddhism. Do and should Buddhists believe in sin? So first of all, before understanding do and should Buddhists believe in sin, we must understand what sin is. The word sin was originated from Old English word sin, which spelled as S-Y-N-N. And it also has the roots of this Old Norse word synd, S-Y-N-D. Collectively, the word sin describes or defines the transgression of the divine law. That means going against divine law. Especially in Christianity and most of the monotheistic religions, sin is often understood as going against the divine commandments, right? There is an all-powerful, almighty, and all-knowing deity and God, and this God makes these commandments and laws, and if someone goes against these, and if someone goes against these laws and break those laws, that person is called a sinner. And the people who commit sins, right, the people who do sins, they will be punished by the Almighty God, right? That is the common framework of sin according to the monotheistic religions. Now let's turn into the Buddhism, the perspective about sin according to Buddhism. Well, in Buddhism, the word sin is not used. There is no any place that Buddha used the word sin, because sin requires an all-powerful, almighty deity, right? As there is no statement of all-powerful, almighty deity, and there is no any involvement of deities, all-powerful deity in Buddhism, the morality according to Buddhism is governed by not by the sin, but by the karma. Karma can be understood as the natural law of cause and effect, right? It is something like gravity. Like if you throw something into air, because there is gravity, it will eventually fall down as a result of throwing that, as a result of the gravity, right? In the same way, the Buddha explains, if you do something with evil intentions and negative intentions like hatred, anger, delusion, and greed, these intentions, right? The actions that were led by these intentions will lead to negative consequences, because in the beginning the cause and the intention was negative. If the cause is negative, then the consequence is negative. And if some actions were led by positive intentions like compassion and kindness and empathy and wisdom, these actions will lead to positive consequences, right? So it's simply like this. If you plant a seed, right, you will get the fruits according to that seed. Let's say you plant a mango seed, you will get mangoes, right? You plant a grape seed, you will get grapes. In the same way, the Buddha says, if you do the things with evil intentions, right, hatred, anger, delusion, the suffering follows that person. And if someone does actions with positive intentions, kindness and compassion, wisdom, then the happiness will follow. So it is simply how the world works, how the universe works. Okay, so the karma is always, we need to understand, karma is not just the action, karma is the intention behind our action. Okay, so according to the law of karma, when a person do certain kind of actions with certain kind of intentions, these kind of actions will lead to the consequences that eventually that person will experience, right? And one of the major differences between sin and karma is that in sin it requires the forgiveness from a deity, forgiveness from the divine, right? In karma, karma is something that you must work through yourself. And there is no any statement of any concept of being forgiven by a deity in karma, right? Instead, you must take the responsibility of your own actions and you must work through yourself and change your behavior. So that is how we understood the karma. So then you may ask, will the word sin applies to Buddhism? In the sense of this monotheistic religious meaning, it does not apply. So we need to understand the moral ethic. The morality according to Buddhism is governed by the actions, the intentional actions of each and every individual. So this is the main explanation about the karma and sin according to Buddhism. So I hope you got some light about the sin and the karma. So I wish you all happiness and peacefulness and good health. Namo Buddhaya.